All right. What's up, guys? It's tmanplays here, and going to be doing something a little different today as we have two new divisions to cover. So we're going to be doing kind of like a just new division overlook type video. First, we're going to get into the 152E, and then we'll get into the 76th. But yeah, these are part of the 2.2 Nemesis division pack, and you can see the new logo here and everything. The 152E division, the infantry. So yeah, without further ado, we'll just hop into it and we'll go through each of the tabs, kind of show off some of the new units and everything. We've already seen the TRM before. That's in these other divisions, 5E in Berlin. We have an Alouette commander. It's a new unit there. TRM 10,000 logistic, can carry 2,000 supplies, pretty similar to the East German logistic vehicle, which is pretty nice. You get two cards of the VAB PC, a card of M201 PC, little fast command vehicle there, and then you actually get a fob in this division as well. In the infantry tab, this is where kind of all the magic is. You get your machine gunner here, another machine gunner as well. This one just isn't reservist. That's kind of the trade-off there between that 5 points. Up to you to decide if it's worth it. You also get a little bit more availability as well. You get some pre-vote guys, a command Marsoon infantry card, which is pretty cool, as these come with a smoke grenade, so you can kind of get out of situations that you don't want to be in. Just pop B, click, hit that smoke, and then run away. Also get a nice transport with the VAB as well that you can bring them in. The standard Marsoons get a pretty decent sniper rifle, the LREC with the really long 750-meter range, 10-man team. These guys are also hit with the Resolute trait, which is nice. So they take less suppression in combat, and you can get them in a nice VAB as well. And then you also get them in a Appalass version as well. Main difference being they just don't have the sniper rifle, still have the 10 strength, but they get a much better AT launcher there. Moving on from that, we get a 50 cal team, another command unit with 3 availability. This is kind of the reservist version. No smoke on these though. You also get a reservist VAB to go along with them as well. And then if we just quickly go back here, you can see different paint skin on that VAB as well, which is pretty nice. Just kind of a flat forest green color there. Moving on from the command unit, we get some reservist, which also recently got added to 5e. They got AT, so that's a pretty nice card there for 35 points. You can basically get 24 of these. A lot of reservists that you can kind of spam out. And then another cool unit, the other reservists don't have AT, but they do come in the reservist VAB, which is pretty nice. So also kind of an interesting choice if you want the AT, or if you want the better transport. That's kind of the decision to make there. One of the cooler units, the Gendarmes de l'Air. Nice little military police 8-man squad there. Help kind of buff these reservist units. You get 2 cards of those as well with 6 availability, and they do come at 1 vet automatically. You can get 4 of them at 2 vet. We get another command option here. Only 2 availability, no AT or anything, but 8 strength. A Sapper's unit, which we've seen in 5e before. Sapper's Flamer, which we've seen in both 5e and Berlin Command. The M48-1, which is new for this division, for France. Milan 1, pretty standard there. You can get a VAB or a VAB Milan as the transport option. Milan 2, and then the coolest unit of the infantry tab, the Commandos de l'Air. Very, very strong unit. It comes with a very good sniper rifle, so you can take these long-range engagements at 1,250 meters. Has the security trait, so it basically gets good optics when they're not moving. You also get the shock trait as well, and you get airborne deployment. So you get forward deployable guys. You can get them in a Super Puma. The cooler option though is the Vib, as this is basically a anti-air unit, which these also got buffed to be better against ground targets. So these can shred infantry as well. So 2 cards of these guys, get 8 of them in total. With a upvetted Vib, can be pretty deadly on the opener. And that's what you're going to need in this division. As once we go through kind of the tank tab and everything else, you'll kind of see why you want to have a strong opener, because after your opener, it kind of falls apart. So artillery wise, we get some 81 mil mortars, some 120s, some 105s, pretty standard stuff here. These are also in 11E. And then a new unit, the M50/63. A little 155 howitzer here, pretty interesting model. But this is your heavy hitter of the division. You get 2 cards of that, transported in the TRM 10,000. So pretty fast transport there. An M201 Milan carrier with 17 pen, pretty good for dealing with IFEs, just 45% accuracy. No forward deploy or anything here. A P4 Milan, which we've seen plenty of in other divisions. You get a card of AMX 13s, which you're going to need as kind of your fire support of this division. And AML 90 command. You get 2 cards of these if you want it. 2 availability. So pretty nice little fast command vehicle here. And then this is kind of your main battle tank of this division, the AML 90. Yeah, not the best unit. You at least get decent availability. I feel like the price is a bit high, but we'll see. We'll see if anyone can make this thing work. I can't really make it work too much, but it does at least have smoke as well. Just gotta mainly flank with this. You can't take the frontal engagements. This is purely a flank unit, and it does get mediocre stealth, so it can somewhat hide if your opponent's not using recon. And then your defensive units, your VAB Mephisto, need this to deal with basically your heavy tanks on the open. Just kind of have that staying power. Once we go to the recon tab, we got some reservist recon units here, which can also come in an Alouette or just a M201 with a little machine gun on the passenger side there. Pretty cool. But in terms of loadout, just 4-man team, AT, reservist recon team. And then we got the Marsoon's Eclairs, which have smoke grenades and a Peerless, 2 of these machine guns, and then a SIG 540 assault rifles. Pretty cool unit as well. Get 1 card of 6. Also come with the Resolute trait, so these are a pretty scary recon team. Aren't forward deployable, but they do have the recon deployment. You can also get them in a Super Puma and a VAB. So pretty nice little unit overall. And then we have a sniper team. A nice little new model recon helicopter here with very good optics. Does have 6 hit points as well. So it takes, more than 1 Stinger or more than 1 Igla to shoot this down, which is really nice and helpful. And it is a nice 40 points. So this is actually pretty useful in this division, just because of that 6 HP pool that it has. So you can actually kind of move it around and not have to really worry about dying in 1 hit to a man pad. Then we have some AML 60s with good stealth. Some AML 90s with good stealth. A plane in our recon tab. Really nice model here. But it just has some rockets on it. Pretty cool. Little recon plane. And then we have one of the other pretty cool units of this division, the EBR 90, which has a heat gun. So it doesn't matter if you get closer to your target, you're going to do the same amount of damage. But it does have 1925 meter range, 50% accuracy. Good stealth is the main thing here. So you can kind of hide this in the trees. But again, you don't want to frontally engage stuff with this EBR. Just kind of got to use it to get those side shots. But you can get 2 cards of that. Moving to the AA tab, we got a Bofors card. We have a 20 mil little gun team here. Tarask, which are really good now from the change of the gun to infantry. A pretty cool little camo to help 20 mil gun here with the special forces trait. So that's pretty cool. Pretty solid little unit there. Card of Mistrals, and you can also get these in the VAB T20. So you can get a fair amount of these little anti-air, anti-infantry VABs in this division, which is nice. And then another cool unit, the Crotal, I guess is how you would say it. Kind of similar to the Yosa in stats. But yeah, this is your AA, your long-range AA of the division. Moving on to the helicopter tab, we have the Alouette with a 19-pin little ATGM here, 40% accuracy. Don't expect to hit much here. This is a pretty cool looking model though. Have a nice little helicopter again with the 6 HP with an autocannon on it. So, better than a Gazelle cannon because the Gazelle cannon only has the 4 HP. And then a Puma Pirate, which we've also seen in 11E before. And then onto the air tab, we have this plane that we've seen in the Recon tab before, but different loadout now. It's got some air-to-ground missiles attached to it. Pretty low accuracy, but it does come double vetted, and you do get 4 availability. So you can fly a lot of these around. They do only have 6 HP though. So things like OSAs, Chaparrals will basically one-tap these. Get an Alpha Jet with Napalm, which also comes at this nice 2-vet here. So, you get some added evasive maneuvers. Also some stress resistance. If you're just getting kind of hit with a like gun AA, you can stay around for longer. Another set of Alpha Jet as well. So these can lead to really strong openers where you just kind of buy these 60-point Alpha Jets and then wait for your opponent to bring in their infantry, and then you just have, a bunch of bombers that you can hit their infantry with when it arrives, and then after you take that out, you can kind of advance with your infantry as well. Take as much ground as you possibly can. Have a Crusader plane here with a really interesting looking model. 2 infrared missiles on this, and then the gun. Get 3 of those. And then this is the standard version. We'll just compare the 2 real quick so you can see the differences. Basically, it's just a longer range missile on the AA2 version. And then 2 sidewinders on the base version there. And then we got the Mirage 3E. Standard fighter we've seen in 5E. Only 8 HP on these. I should also go back and say that these also have 8 HP, 10% ECM. 10% ECM here too. And then the cool part of this division, these new Eterdards, I guess you would say. Not 100% sure how to pronounce that. But we have a rocket version. We have an AT version. All these having 30% ECM. A nice cluster version. And then the bomber version, which gets 3 availability, which is really nice. It does take 3 minutes of reload time, but with 30% ECM, 10 HP, these are really good planes for helping you basically keep the ground that you gain early. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.